Hello, children. Today we're going to be doing our bas relief tile. So what you need to start with is probably more clay than you think you're going to need, and make it kind of square-ish to begin with. You can throw it on the table like this, and then you're going to need one of the hardy backer tiles, and we're going to set that on there like that. Then we're going to roll it out. Okay. So when you're rolling out for the Botany tile, make sure that each side is set to 5/8. Get in here close, cameraman Freezy. Okay, so I'm turning that to 5/8. 3/4 would also be okay. So 5/8 or 3/4. Okay, got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'll roll it out. So see how I missed a corner of my tile? I think it would be really nice if the tile covered the whole thing. So I'm going to break off that extra, and I'm gonna kind of break off the extra down here, and I'm gonna squish that on. The clay is still really soft, so I'm not that worried about scoring and slipping, but I'm gonna make sure that I press on more clay than I think I'm gonna need, and then roll it one more time. So once I have, I need a fettling gun. It's okay. I'm gonna cut the edges off first. So your tile can be any shape that you want. It doesn't have to be a square, and it doesn't even have to fit the hardy backer that you're gonna be using, but it'll probably be easier if it does. So you could make a circular tile, you could make something organically shaped, you could make a triangle. It doesn't, oh look, that's what I needed. It doesn't matter. So this is important for the first day when you start your tile. Get the slab made. It would be a good idea to smooth out the surface. So especially for how I'm doing it, I need a very smooth surface to begin with, because I'm going to take some of these leaves. Actually, I like this one. See how this leaf, that's got a better pattern? Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, I've got a very smooth surface first, and I'm going to go through and press this pattern so it's going to be very light and very subtle. One thing that we will do at the end is we will use a stain instead of a glaze. And a ceramic stain works much like a wood stain does, in that it brings out all the little tiniest details. Like in a wood stain, it brings out the grain so you can see all the little lines. A ceramic stain is going to do something similar, so you'll be able to see all these faint, I mean, you can barely see them, right? Does it even show up on camera?
No.
It's very, very subtle. But once we fire it and stain it, they will show up. Now, what I'm planning on doing is having my composition something like this, with sort of one stem of the eucalyptus tree going across like this. So I'm going to add some extra clay on there. I'm going to add more than I think I'm going to need, because I want everything to get leather hard, and then tomorrow I can start sculpting it and removing it and getting that extra little detail in. So this is gonna be this is like too big, right? But that's fine because I'm gonna sculpt it later. Little water, and maybe I'll wiggle that just a little bit. Make sure that you compress the clay on. Because I'm gonna have, so if I'm looking at this example, I've got these tiny, smaller little stems that kind of branch off. So I might go through and add some of those little coils. And one thing that I might do, because I did bring in a little sample of the actual plant that I'm sculpting, is take one of the leaves. Where's that leaf that I had? It's a really good one. And roll a little ball of clay and push it out to about the shape of that leaf. And then make sure that one side, I'm even going to use just a little bit of water. Make sure that one side is very smooth, that there's no other texture on that one side. And then press that on top of the leaf. And then I can cut around the leaf. And then when I peel this away, oh, that did not work.
Not at all.
No, let's try it again. Okay, super smooth, super smooth. Put my leaf back on. I'm gonna press down a little bit harder. Oh, maybe that's why, because I was pressing from the other side. I didn't press from behind the leaf.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why, yeah.
Most definitely.
There, now you can see it. And I could add that as some of my additive. So I'm gonna get all the clay added. I'm gonna add extra more than I think I'm gonna need. And then I'm gonna bag this and let it dry overnight. Tomorrow when I come back, it'll be leather hard and it'll be ready to start sculpting. Okay?